Good afternoon, boys and girls. It's 3:20 p.m. on a Saturday in Whitehorse, Yukon territories. Another episode of Dirty Dog Trucking on ATS. Now, the strategy of the game's changed a little bit. I did get Canadream to work, obviously. It was a little tricky. You had to put them in the right order when you activate them, which means I had to take out coast to coast, and then I put back in coast to coast, and then it was on top. You have to have Canadream, and yeah, it's a interesting way to
Stay right
install things,
and then turn right.
that's the way
Never
it has
mind.
to be.
Okay, let's
Now, I'm
find a
not
new
going to
route.
listen to this GPS because it's wrong.
Stay right
Because where we're going
and
is
then
actually
turn
right
right.
here, right across the street. So I'm not going to go right and
Turn right.
and go around the block. This is where we're going right here. And we have a load going down to Watson Lake, I believe it is. Yes, Watson Lake. We're going to take
Ready
the job,
to roll.
but I want you to look at where we have to go to get the trailer. If we can find it. It is a job to get trailers out of here. I've been in here before. I hauled some local stuff just around the block to another coastline. And I can tell you, it is a job to get the stuff out of here. My gosh. Let me go to this one because I can't see in that one. I keep things in and out. This is a job to get stuff in and out of here. And once again, we have a block back there. I don't know what's going on with this because you're not anywhere near the walls and they've got you hitting things. So, yeah. See if our trailer's right here on the right. See where our trailer is. Well, might have to go. Okay, it's in here this time. Okay. We've had a heck of a time getting trailers out of here. It's very difficult to weave in and around this stuff. The last time the trailer was in the back, and oh my gosh, what a nightmare. What a nightmare to get the trailer out of here. But we're going to go ahead and pick this up, and we're going to get on the road. We are going down to Whitehorse. It's about 5.5 hours. Not Whitehorse. We're in Whitehorse. We're going to Watson Lake. We're in Whitehorse.
Time to get the job done.
I did roll a truck over in here before, and it didn't do anything. It just rolled the truck over and it straightened back up, and we got on the road with no damage. So, yeah, that was interesting. Like I said, this is a very difficult place to get trucks in and out of. Very difficult. A lot of turns that I haven't seen before. Sharp turns, barriers, pylons, you name it. There's stuff in our way everywhere you go. Oh my gosh. I believe this is rocks going down to Watson Lake. And it's very difficult, very close corners in this thing. Very close. Another one. Oh my gosh, folks. This is a very difficult place to get out of. You notice I have a different truck. I do have a smaller truck. The other truck is simply sitting in Burlington, Vermont. And it's a good thing that I have the smaller truck, because if I didn't have this smaller truck, we would never get into this place. And I didn't know that when I got rid of the other truck. I didn't get rid of it. I swapped it out for this one to drive. And the reason being that I just got tired of this kind of driving where you couldn't get anywhere. It was constantly trying to get around things, and very difficult to maneuver with a big truck. Once we get out of here, we'll be on the way to Watson Lake, if we can get out of here. This is actually the easy part here. The hard part is maneuvering around in the construction site. Okay, we are on the way to Watson Lake, folks. Oh my gosh.
Turn right.
Okay.
Stay left, and then turn left.
You
Turn
can't hear
left.
this truck. This truck has 605 horsepower, I believe. I believe that's what I put in it. And it is a Peterbilt. It's not a Kenworth, it's a Peterbilt. I'm a Peterbilt guy. You can hear it a little bit in the background. I didn't want it to overshadow the other sounds, but I did want it to be where you could hear the truck. So we are now 5 hours and 25 minutes away. We don't have 450 gallons of fuel anymore, so we have to watch our fuel a little closer. We did get rid of the truck with the 450 gallons of fuel. Didn't get rid of it. It's in Burlington, but it's not the one we're driving right now. So we have to be careful on our fuel. Most of the loads coming out of Canada, especially Whitehorse, are very long trips. Some of them down to Florida, which is about 70 hours of driving. 70 hours of driving is not something that would make a good video. So we are, again, we're trying to make our way back down to the States now. We'll see. I don't know. Kind of want something a little different. I was, got a little redundant driving the same loads all the time, which is how we ended up in Burlington. I did buy a garage in Whitehorse. Another thing that happened in the game is that I have bought all of the garages I can buy with trucks and drivers. I can buy more trucks. I can't hire more drivers.
Get ready to turn left.
They don't have any more drivers available. So we have got all the drivers we can get.
Turn left.
So I think what that means to us is now we have to change our strategy. And the strategy may be to simply put 2 drivers in each garage. And the reason I would do that, and not just buy garages, but put 2 drivers there, because then I can see what kind of loads they're hauling out of that area. Where if I don't have that, then I can't see what they're hauling. Can't see where the good loads are. I've had some drivers that have done very well from the West Coast to the East Coast and up into Canada. Some of those loads are profiting, up in $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 profit, $80,000 profit. So, Now you may notice the speed limit down there is 62 miles an hour because we were in Canada, and they go by kilometers, and 100 kilometers per hour is 62. So they put it on our speedometer. We go by, we don't use metric, we use standard. I think that's what it's called.
Go straight.
But in any event, we will be going 62 miles an hour. That's why you see 62 and not 60 or 65. And this shouldn't be a very long trip. And a little different scenery maybe. It does look like Canada. It does. It absolutely looks like Canada. I've been to Canada. I've been out western part of Canada, but it looks like Canada, where the towns are very far between sometimes, and they don't have, everything's not interstates like it is in the United States. But it does look like Canada. If we just get a moose running across the road, or an elk, if you see black bears or something, that would really make it look like Canada. That's not uncommon in Canada and Alaska. We cruise along here at 60 miles an hour because I don't think the car ahead of us is going 62. Roll over the window so you can hear the engine run. Can you hear the difference there a little bit? You see the window going up and down. In the Kenworth, it didn't do that. The window would go up and down, but you wouldn't see it.
Get ready to turn left.
We kind of cheated coming around that corner. We're not cheated as in cheated in the game, but we kind of went over the line a little bit.
Turn left.
They're not going to let us go forward, are they? Now we'll probably have to buy fuel on the road now because we don't have 450 gallons like we did before. So we're probably going to have to buy fuel on the road again. But if you looked at that place where we just came out of, it certainly, it was not some place we could have done very easily, if at all, with the big sleeper. I don't think we could have done that. And I don't know that they would have let me pick up the load, take it to the garage, and transfer it to another truck. I don't know if we can do that or not. I don't know. I haven't tried that. I don't know if you can swap tractors on a load. I do know that there's a mod that you can get that is a wrecker, that you go out and pick up your trucks, but I don't know if there's even a way to do that, other than to have it for show, because I don't know that you can do that. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Now, I did watch Trucker Clay the other day, and he had a trailer, and so I know that the game changes again if you do have trailers. But if you're hauling, like I said, if you're hauling all around everywhere, I just don't think buying trailers is the right way to go. I mean, in his case, he wanted to haul. In his case, he wanted to haul logs, and so he bought a log trailer. So, you know, I understand that, but I also understand.
Turn right.
If you're out like we are, traveling all over 2 countries, can you know, is it feasible to buy a trailer? It doesn't make sense to buy a trailer. because we don't haul the same freight all the time. Like right now, we have a dump trailer. If I had a van trailer, I couldn't have taken this load. If I had a flatbed, I couldn't have taken this load. If I had a logging trailer, I couldn't take this load. So, you know, how do you do that when you're traveling all over? You can't buy a trailer every time you haul a load. You go broke. So, in our case, I'm probably not going to buy trailers unless there's a specialty load that I want to haul for a video. Then it might make sense to buy a trailer, you know, not worry about the money part of it, because we've got $302 million over here in the bank now. It's not going to really matter if you buy a trailer and load off or park it at one of the garages. So, because you can always park, I think you can park a trailer and a truck anywhere and then relocate it. So I guess if we had a situation where we bought a reefer trailer, for instance, and we were somewhere and had a load that we needed a reefer trailer, maybe it's possible to move that trailer in if you have enough time. Well, when you teleport in, the clock doesn't stop ticking. The clock moves forward and you lose those hours. And loads expire. So if you have a load that's expiring in 10 minutes, you're not going to have time to bring a trailer in from anywhere, let alone across the country somewhere. So I don't know how that would work. You know, the game does change as you progress. There are changes in the way you play the game. For instance, like buying a trailer, you have to load it and unload it. Where if you don't own the trailer, you just drop it and go pick up the next one. So there are differences in the game and the way you play it. There's a Walmart refrigerator trailer going north. Now they could either be going to Whitehorse or they could be going all the way up to Alaska. I don't know. I don't have Alaska in my game yet. I have seen it. I know it's available, but what they have on the mods is actually more like off-road Alaska. Not really what I want to do, but I mean, I might go. It might be fun. But as a rule, I want to drive a truck on the highways and go to the different cities like a truck driver would in real life. We're about 2 hours and 40 minutes away. We're about halfway. Over halfway. Just over halfway to Watson Lake. Again, this does look like Canada. I think it's cool that the microphone cord swings when I turn the wheel. It doesn't do it when you're going on the straightaway. It doesn't when you turn the wheel. That's pretty cool. You know, the details in this game is just, it always just blows me away. Just to think that you turn the wheel and the microphone for the CD cord moves. And when you're going straight, it doesn't move. It's just details like that just blow me away. I just don't, I can't imagine people thinking of all that stuff when they're making the mod and then being able to incorporate it into the mod. Or if you're, like, you go down the road and how that bus doesn't disappear. We could follow that bus all the way to Watson Lake possibly. And it never disappears. It stays with us. And the distances, and it's just amazing that the graphics and the details. Now, I did see one. We're in Yukon now. Okay, thought we were in Yukon. Okay, anyhow, I did see a truck wash earlier. Now, I don't know, I didn't try it. It would have been cool to pull in and get the truck washed if that were possible. It said truck wash, but I don't know if it was operational or not, if it was just for show. That would have been cool. Like I said, there's so many details in this game. Getting fuel. And so maybe somebody does that with truck wash. I don't know. we had a refrigerator trailer, you're required to wash it out between loads. But we don't. I think we have rocks. We're hauling rocks today. We get down to Watson Lake. We should discover Watson Lake. And if we can discover Watson Lake, then possibly we can haul a load out of Watson Lake. I don't think we can haul anything in or we can haul stuff in. We can't haul anything out of a place if we haven't discovered that city. Unless we discover the city, like I said. I'm thinking you could pull into the business itself, but even that wouldn't let us do it on coast to coast. Now, I don't know about Canadream, but in coast to coast, I could not pull into a place and hit that little green flashing trailer that indicates there's loads available. And I could hit that, I could, pull into that, but it would say the parameters were not right. So I don't know if we can do that. I don't know. We'll try that when we get to Watson Lake, maybe. Maybe we'll try that. But I don't think that works. Now, I'm not an expert at this game. I've seen other people playing it, and their videos certainly have a lot more views than mine. And they really know a lot about the game and the mods and all of those things. So I don't know. I don't know if that'll work. I did try to load Viva Mexico. I thought that would be another cool mod to have. I just can't get it to work. It keeps crashing my game. So I went on and downloaded all of the mods that someone else said they downloaded and put them in a certain order. You have to start them or activate them in a certain order for them to work. And I think that was our problem with Canadream, is that number one, I had an old version. I updated it, not an old version, but there was an update that came out, and it updated, and it said that you had to put Canadream on top. That coast to coast, you had to have your game loaded, and then coast to coast, and then Canadream, and then Viva Mexico. And I tried that, and Viva Mexico always crashed my game. So I've left a message on one of the message boards asking if somebody could tell me what order they have to be loaded in. If that's my problem, we can change the order. Because there are several mods that you can download and activate, and it's just not working for me. So we'll wait for them to get back to me and tell me what I'm doing wrong or what's going on with that. And then once we do that, maybe we'll get Mexico. But for right now, we are coming into Watson Lake, Yukon. I believe in British Columbia. I think it's Watson. I don't know. Is it British Columbia? I don't know. Might be Watson Lake, British Columbia. I'm not sure. We were in Yukon territories, but I'm not sure if we're going to stay in there or if we're in British Columbia. I don't know.
Go straight.
You said we could follow that bus, but I don't know where they're going. There's a fuel stop and rest stop. That's good to know. We get up this way again, we need fuel, we need to stop. Not sure which station that was. Now in Canada, and that's one
Get
thing
ready
they
to
have,
turn left.
one thing they have here on the game is they call it Exxon. In Canada, it's actually called Esso, which is what it used to be called years and years and years ago in the United States.
Turn left.
And they changed the name to Exxon. It's Exxon Mobil. In Canada, it's called Esso.
Get ready to turn right.
Watson Lake. I see the sign.
Turn right.
We're getting closer. We are about 10 minutes away. So we are getting there, folks. It wasn't a very long trip. Like a very nice video, actually, lengthwise. I don't know about quality, but lengthwise it's good.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
We did discover Watson Lake. I'm going to stop back here so I can see the light. I see a Best Buy here. I see it's flashing up there. So we're almost there. We're about 3 minutes away. GPS. So we're up here a little bit. Not too much further. Not sure if it's on the right or the left. But we're almost there. Oh, we're straight ahead. Okay. It's pretty good, a little 30-minute video. That's good. Better than the super long ones I've had to do recently.
It's all over now.
Okay. We'll go ahead and park it for them. I think we can handle that one. Well, we've discovered Watson Lake, so I guess our plan to pull into one of the green trucks or trailers won't matter now. I was going to see if it would work that way, but we've discovered Watson, so I know we can haul out of Watson now. Okay. We've done it. We have delivered another one. This one in Canada, our first out-of-town delivery in Canada. I did two of them in town when we were in what was it, Whitehorse. Our next load, wow, the only thing they have coming out of here is going to Seattle, and that's a 36-hour and 25-minute drive. We're not going to do that one. Let's see what else they have coming out of here. See what else they have coming out of Watson Lake, Decatur, Texas, Maple Creek, Saskatchewan, 24 hours. And another one down to Seattle. No, that's the one down to Seattle. Decatur, Texas. That's 51 hours. So I think we're gonna hang out in Watson Lake for a little bit and see what comes up. And we will talk to you soon. We will see you when we see you. And remember, like this video, give me a big thumbs up, share with all your friends and all your YouTube buddies, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Check out my other channel, Peterbilt 352 RV. And we'll see you on the next one. See you when we see you.